Hello Gemini, this is your reading for the next 4 to 6 weeks, loosely speaking. We are August 2021 at the moment, but it can be timeless, so whenever you come across this reading, it may relate to you. It is general, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It may include you or may just include people you're dealing with. Some of it may be past history and some of it is yet to occur. So we have got on my dice Saturn in the 9th house, Saturn, a planet of restrictions. Now that may be a very simple message that the 9th house can speak of long journeys, you know, within and without, and there may be some restrictions in terms of your ability to travel coming up. It can relate to overseas ventures, or again traveling abroad, or different cultures in the 9th house. Or it can be higher learning, education, teachers, universities, philosophy, and it is your spiritual home. So all of those are coming through in this reading, particularly in the, as I say, the oracle cards here. I feel that this is with Saturn coming in, who can be, you know, very controlling, all about hard lessons, that you're almost being forced to do your shadow work. It feels like it's utterly unavoidable. Obviously that is a choice, but if you continue to avoid it, you're going to continue getting the same results. And I feel for someone here that something is coming around again, basically. So the first two oracle cards up here is stepping through and she of the lotus. So the stepping through is the threshold, you know. This is the, it can be about, you know, dreaming big and, you know, taking that leap of faith. Something ultimately very positive here, but where she's leaping into, if you like, is she of the lotus, and that is looking at unconscious patterns. It's looking at your trigger points, seeing what's kind of, you know, where your sensitivities lie. It is ultimately your shadow work, and this is where you're being guided. You're literally being guided with the hawk spirit here. To look at the three fates. The three fates is telling you that something is happening again. Same shit, different lifetime sort of thing. It's probably likely a negative experience, a negative result. And it's something that you're continually repeating, or, you know, yeah, continually repeating. It's a karmic pattern basically here. So it's like you might, I'm actually getting there is a fear of nostalgia here. 6 of Cups is coming up in your fear. So this may be a fear of looking at something from your past here. But you can be kind of like, you know, wallowing, or, you know, just there's something that's just having a rerun. And it's not in a good way because of where you're being kind of guided to look at this. Yeah. The guidance with this three fates, with this, you know, these karmic cycles is coming through with the ego spirit here. And the ego spirit is asking you to look at the big picture. It's asking you to see the patterns within the patterns. It's asking you to zoom out. Pay attention to synchronicities. You are literally being guided to look at something that, if addressed, it will go away. You know, you'll not do it again. You'll not keep attracting these negative experiences or responses. And he's looking straight over here at the wombat spirit, be at home. Now that can be because, as I say, the fear is the 6 of Cups. The fear is the looking back. It may be in connection with a soulmate or something from your childhood or childhood friend, or your actual physical home, something to do with your home environment here that's actually been sort of highlighted for you. But with wombat spirit being reversed, this can sort of say that you're not comfortable in your own skin. That may be something you need to look at, why you're not comfortable in your own skin. Are you being your true, authentic self? Are you wearing a false mask? And is that creating anxiety and poor results in your life? It's kind of time to course correct. You're only hurting yourself, is what the wombat speaks of, by not being truly authentically yourself. So let's get into the main part of the reading. Your significator is the King of Wands in reverse and the 5 of Cups here. Now this could be you or someone you're dealing with. I don't have any feminine energy here. So, you know, this could be like, I don't know, your two brothers, or there's just no feminine. This could quite straightforwardly be a same-sex relationship that I'm looking at. I might do a wee bit more clarification, but this King of Wands is in reverse. In terms of how you're seeing yourself, is the King of Swords upright. So, you know, that is, you know, an air sign card. And so this could be somebody you're dealing with, but this could also be an aspect of yourself, Gemini, that we're looking at here. And he is in reverse, which makes him an issue. With the Five of Cups, a card of, you know, sorrow, regret, sadness. Can be missing someone, feeling abandoned, having been abandoned. What I'm actually getting from this chap here is that there is an avoidance of intimacy here. What did I take on him? Is that him? Yeah. He is, he's someone with the brown bear spirit. It can be someone who's retreated, literally done one, maybe ghosted you, you know, gone into hibernation, disappeared, with the fox spirit in reverse. And this is someone who does camouflage, who is very tricky. And they camouflage or put a mask on to avoid any kind of intimacy. This can also be someone who's very fly, very dishonest with others. And in doing so, any kind of like, you know, true connections are kind of spoiled. They can, in many ways, just be, they isolate themselves. So this may be someone who, you know, gets involved in relationships and runs at the hint of intimacy, but it's because someone is not truly themselves, someone is not comfortable in their own skin, showing who they truly are, that they're creating a persona here. And that is meaning that whenever a relationship gets to a certain point where it, you know, it could become intimate, I think this is like someone who does a runner, basically. So it can also say that this situation is way trickier than you imagine. You may have a lot of work to do here. I did find it interesting that brown bear is a 9, and the fox spirit comes down to a 9 as well. 999, emergency. So this is the King of Wands. He is also, he's a Virgin in reverse. Now, it can speak of someone who's very promiscuous. That does look like the King of Wands in reverse. He may have, you know, a lot of sexual partners. He may be, he's got a fear of intimate union. That is literally what the archetype, the shadow archetype of the Virgin in reverse is speaking of. But he can also be someone who is very bossy. This is someone who does not like to show any sort of vulnerability. They may be very entitled, and I am getting a kind of bossy, bully kind of feel about this person, and it may come from a place of, you know, having been abandoned, or maybe they, I don't know. He's an avenger. I think that's the most concerning attribute of him. This is someone who could resort to violence in the name of a cause. With the athlete, that's kind of like my bully boy. That's somebody who may push other people around or may push other people away. But this is ultimately all boiling down to this person may have ghosted someone, but it comes down to the fact that they have got a fear of intimacy, basically. And I feel that they're covering that, maybe covering that up with some sort of aggression as well. The blocking card, the obstacle, if you like, is the Seven of Cups. It's utter confusion, but it's also illusion. And with the fox spirit here, that is what he will create. You know, he's like a master of illusion. So there is confusion here. I don't need to clarify that. That's pretty obvious. Everything is guiding you, base of the deck, into the cave to do the shadow work here, because this will not be something that's new to you, Gemini. This is whatever's happening in the next kind of, you know, 4 to 8 weeks or however long it takes, is something that you're well familiar with, because it's come round again. The Three Fates comes out when something's already happened, and it keeps happening. So this confusion in the Seven of Cups is always going to be confusing until you've addressed that. Show me what the Seven of Cups is for Gemini in the blockage. Why is the Seven of Cups the blockage for Gemini? Another masculine energy. King of Pentacles. Because I've got you looking at yourself as the King of Swords. The King of Wands is, you know, right in the center of it. And we have got the Emperor. Now you need to look at the reading I just did. It was Virgo. Very kind of similar vibes off that. because I've got the Nine of Cups again, and I'm sure I had the Emperor with the Nine of Cups on that as well. So this can be a connection with a father. The King of Pentacles and the Emperor can be one combined being. So it could be a boss, a business owner, a father, stepfather, father-in-law. This is somebody that may be very indulgent with the Nine of Cups. It can be that someone wants to have their wishes fulfilled with a masculine, but there's confusion around it. And it is ultimately the obstacle, the current obstacle. Now, it may be that somebody is in two minds here, and this is how you're seeing yourself, King of Swords with the Two of Pentacles here. But this can relate to investing, what you're investing your money in. King of Pentacles is all about the money. King minus here. So this may be someone who's very focused on material wealth, you know, career success, etc. And then maybe what they're being guided to look at is why they're sort of like emotionally vacant. That's what I'm hearing, emotionally vacant. Maybe that's just an aspect that, you know, you haven't quite got right. But there is a blockage here in connection with it. Masculine energy is an issue. And yet you are seeing yourself as the King of Swords upright, you know. And up here in the crowning card, what we're looking at here is another 5. So another issue, some more conflict, and this is around financial loss. This can be shedding some light on some shame here, because in your outcome I'm kind of seeing that somebody is trying to escape something that is toxic, that is maybe shameful, embarrassing, or any sort of, you know, codependency or addiction. But the sun coming through here is shining a light. Now, it can also speak that there's some sort of financial recovery here. So if you have been struggling in that department, given that the King of Pentacles is in your blockage, this is coming out of the worst of it. This is getting off your knees onto your feet here with the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Show me Gemini's 5 of Pentacles reversed with the sun. 5 of Pentacles reversed with the sun for Gemini. 5 of Pentacles reversed with the sun for Gemini. 5 of Pentacles reversed for Gemini. Right, this involves cutting a masculine energy out. It can be a dangerous masculine. Show me more about the 5 of Pentacles reversed. What's being cut out here for Gemini? Right, well, someone's narrowing down their options here. They may have done a lot of investigative work, and I do think that's you with the 2 of Pentacles here, because the magnifying glass is here. Now, what you might be cutting out, spying on somebody, watching someone, stalking, that kind of thing. There may be something to do with gambling or risky behaviour here. And ultimately, I think someone is kind of narrowing down their options here. I don't know how specifically that relates to Pentacle energy, but there is in some way some sort of recovery. Now, maybe about someone's physical home. I don't have the 4 of Wands here, but the Wombat is in reverse, which obviously is, you know, the home, speaks of the home. And the 5 of Pentacles is a card of, you know, in some way being excluded or ostracized or out in the cold. So it may be about someone's living environment. Maybe someone is looking at their options there. Don't feel I've got that right down, so I'm going to go again. The Sun and the 5 of Pentacles in the crowning position for Gemini. The Sun and the 5 of Pentacles reversed for Gemini. One more for Gemini, the Sun and the 5 of Pentacles. I keep seeing the 3 of Cups reversed here, and your own energy is the Knight of Swords. 3 of Cups reversed. So there might be a third party here. There might be a lot of, you know, partying. 5 of Pentacles reversed. Gemini and the Sun. Right, so that's the second 5 of Swords in your spread. Ace of Cups. This can be someone who's like, you know, fighting for love, fighting for new love. There's a lot of disappointment here. The Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles yet again. There's something that stopped on the love front here. So I don't know if you've had like a number of options with the Seven of Cups here. That may be literally your block. It can be that there's been some sort of battle over a love interest. Your environment is the Five of Swords. So it's not only the, you know, loud and proud in your crowning card here, it is literally your environment. And this is bullying energy. This has been very much put upon, pushed around. It can speak of, you know, mental head games. Someone who's prepared to, you know, do whatever is necessary to win. Kind of feel that's a King of Wands energy. And that may be who you're cutting out if you're in, you know, a relationship with them, but it doesn't need to be romantic, but there is some sort of romance here with the Ace of Cups. Show me the Five of Swords with the Ace of Cups for Gemini. Five of Swords, Ace of Cups for Gemini. Enemy. So somebody you're in some sort of battle with. Maybe you're fighting over the same person, as I say. Ace of Cups, Five of Swords. What's this enemy about for Gemini? Some sort of surprise here. I don't know if you're surprised by someone's reaction or just the way things are turning out, but they're not turning out the way you hoped they would turn out in some way. There's disappointment here. There might be some grief. There may be depression, disappointment for sure. In some way that's a surprise. Because if you are the King of Wands, for example, this is someone who's really tricky. This is someone who's playing games, usually in order to protect themselves, but they do want to win. And there may be something that's backfired because of that kind of mentality. Hello, Tower. Show me the surprise, Gemini. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles is the Tower here. Somebody's trying to avoid something. And there's something that's maybe already ended, but somebody's not over it. This is a bad investment. It can also be reaping what you've sown, and not in a good way. Because it is a surprise and it is bringing disappointment and conflict. And someone's just stuck here in this mental headspace, not really moving on. That is ultimately the direction that this reading is going in, and somebody is trying to get over something, get over someone, stop doing certain behaviour. But right here and now, we're still very much stuck there. So I don't know who's who, but there is most certainly someone here that is pushed their luck too far. And it may involve, you know, there is a masculine getting cut out here. Could be like you and your brother, you know. Four of Swords is at the base of the deck. This is the root. This is the card of, you know, withdrawal again. This is my mini hermit who's at the base of the deck here. It is in reverse, which can speak of someone who's coming out of a period of healing. Someone who's a bit, you know, restless and wants to kind of get back in the game and get back out there. But it can also speak about somebody who's not recovering. Four of Swords reverse. Again, we had that as I think the significator in the Virgo reading. Four of Swords reverse for Gemini. What is the Four of Swords reverse for Gemini? Right, so there might be some arguments here about travelling, about moving, about what direction to go in here. This can also be spying. Maybe on a Cancer. Page of Swords with a Chariot. What's at the root of the matter for Gemini? Because all of this reading is basically, if you look at it like this, rather than the actual story, the players, what's going on, who did what, is giving you trigger points to go back into this, to get right over here, to get into the shadow work, to follow your guidance, so that none of this repeats. Okay. Chariot with the Page of Swords. Chariot, Page of Swords. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely spying here. Sunglasses and a mask. There's a lot of stalking and, you know, undercover type work going on. It can speak about gaslighting, but there's stalking here. This is what's running the show. Somebody may have left you. There's a snake, bloody hell. Competition, enemy, looking over your shoulder. Sometimes the other woman. Someone is spying on an enemy. There's some sort of vendetta here. There's some sort of, I mean, we do have this Avenger up here. Who is this King of Wands in reverse? He's the bully boy. He may be throwing his weight around here. And somebody here might be in hiding, might be keeping their head down, not saying very much, not coming out of their hole, because there's somebody watching them. Someone has created an enemy here. What do I want? Tell me about the snake, the enemy that's come through twice now. Right, so here's the detective and it's in reverse. This might be in connection with a child or someone who's very immature. This is voyeurism. So it can be falsifying information, collecting information on someone. Literally someone I feel is like being tailed here. Watched. Who's being watched? Who is being watched? An angel. Who's been watched? The angel. Who's been watched? The angel. The thinking woman's been watched. This could be an air sign. Now this may be, so this might be an ex, the thinking woman. She's usually an air sign. She's usually very wise. She can be very spiritual. She can be a teacher. We do have the 9th house. This may be someone who is, you know, exploring their options here with the adjacent possibilities. This is someone who's coming through as an angel, so she's doing no harm, but she is being watched. So there might be like a jealous ex here, for example. I don't know who it is, but whoever's being watched isn't doing anything wrong. Shouldn't be being watched. Getting annoyed. I like my thinking woman. Right, let's just see who's watching. See if we can get that knuckled down. I'll put these in case he's there. Who's watching the thinking woman? Who's spying on this thinking woman? Who's spying on this thinking woman in the Gemini reading? A monk. Someone's not making any moves. It could be this King of Wands here. Why do I feel it's the King of Swords? I feel it's the King of Swords because it's come through. Is it someone who's a monk or a nun, but is someone who's maybe got a compulsive need to keep moving on or is not moving at all. And this King of Swords, in terms of how you're seeing yourself with the 2 of Pentacles here juggling, is someone who's not speaking. Canary spirit in reverse. Someone who does not express themselves, who doesn't like to stand out in the crowd sometimes, doesn't like to have a differing opinion. And it's also someone who lacks confidence, and that's why they don't speak out. Squirrel spirit in reverse. Someone who doesn't feel they have enough knowledge, enough wisdom, enough faith in themselves to speak out. This is how you're viewing yourself. Obviously that can be switched. And that, for some reason, I'm sort of getting that vibe, the monk nun. But, you know, it could be the King of Wands. We could have, I don't know if we've got, I don't know who's who. I don't know who's doing who. Fairies. And imagine for most of my people watching this, this is just, you know, like intel. But this might go on YouTube. So. Who's watching the thinking women? Right. Is Rar. Oh crikey, it's a dark lady. It's a card that sometimes comes through to me is someone who's vengeful and jealous. Could be another woman that's watching this woman, but this is someone who isn't grounded. Rar is it can be very wild energy. It can be is sort of like Knight of Wands. And someone it can just go off in absolute wild tangents. It can be someone who's very sexually active or frustrated. Who's watching this thinking woman? Not sure. It's a masculine. A masculine. I just honestly think this is just like someone's, you know, weird ex, whatever. And probably likes to drink a lot and makes a lot of mistakes. Yeah, there's Levathis, which is very similar to the Rar in when it's upright. This is pasta smash. You know, this is too hot, too heated, too rash. So there's somebody, it's got someone watching them here. Now it is all in the subconscious, you know. But yeah, collecting information and watching somebody that shouldn't be fucking getting watched. Right. In the past we have the Three of Wands here. I'm not going to clarify Gemini, but there was maybe a period of waiting in your past here, or it can speak that there's some sort of validation, or that you were recognized in some way. There was progress in the past, and where we're going in the future is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Now this can be, you know, not being able to pay your way. You know, your finances might be an option. Maybe not feeling that you can support yourself in some way. Not feeling, you know, autonomous. Show me the nine of Pentacles. Oopsie. I think it might be the same chap. But let's see. Show me the Nine of Pentacles reversed for Gemini's future. Why is the Nine of Pentacles reversed? And Gemini's future. The Nine of Pentacles reversed. Right, you've got to listen to the reading, the Virgo reading here. Very, very similar reading. Basically, this is somebody who's looking at the past. Doesn't really want to look at the past, but that's where they're stuck because they're not able to let someone or something go. And this can come through, which it did for Virgo, to say that if I can't have you, no one will. This is someone who's got some obsession with someone they're probably already broken up with, or some you know perceived or real slight or trauma from their past here, and they can't let it go, can't see beyond it, can't look to the future, don't have enough courage possibly to speak up about it, not really seeing things clearly. Here's another one hidden, not talking about it. Arvo and Solace all in reverse here, and in some way kind of shocked and blindsided. This can literally be the Tower. This is some sort of breakdown here, and it's a breakdown that almost needs to happen because someone is so utterly stuck. They need to address it. Virgo was the same. Virgo is getting to the point that it may even be causing, like, you know, physical problems. Feline in reverse. This is someone who's like, his back is breaking because of this. They can't get up on their own 2 feet. And they're holding on to something or someone. It really does feel like someone, given the amount of spying that's going on down there. And then there's the Five of Swords. Someone wants to fight, bully, take what they want, push people around. That is your environment. Your environment. Someone's not seeing things properly here at all. It's laced. Laced is the riddle solvers in reverse. Not seeing anything. This Seven of Cups is really hammering home here that someone is not seeing things clearly here. It could literally be delusional in some way. I've already covered over the King of Swords. He is in his upright, which is great to see, but he's someone who's not speaking out. He's someone who doesn't have a lot of confidence. He's in two minds about doing something. He may be trying to balance out his finances. In terms of how you're seeing yourself, it's very positive, other than the fact you're not actually, you know, talking or opening up, and, you know, you just want peace. You want peace. Someone here wants peace, someone wants to fight, but someone wants peace. Maybe there's like a split personality. The fear is the Six of Cups. The fear is the looking back. The fear is the overwhelming nostalgia that's probably bringing in grief. And the outcome is the Devil in reverse with the Knight of Cups here. And the Devil in reverse is good to see, but he is very much still lingering. There's some sort of obsession with a romantic interest, or some sort of obsession with making some sort of you know, romantic outpouring, a proposal perhaps. Or maybe what you're looking at in your shadow work, if you go there, is this romantic idealism, putting people up on pedestals. You know, Percy's, no one ever meets his expectations. He's only interested in the honeymoon stage, because beyond that it's just dull. And that's what needs to be looked at here. Now, Perseus is an actual person, Knight of Cups, rather than just, you know, like a proposal, or, you know, making some inroads in terms of your emotional life. I don't know. Still stuck in the past. The Vulture Spirit reverse, the Groundhog Day, I was going to say. That's literally what this is. Go and watch that movie. Go and watch Bill Murray. He lives the same day over and over. He cannot escape it. He kills himself dozens of times to try and escape living this same day over and over. And the reason he's trapped there is because he does not learn his lesson. He tries to seduce, what's her name? Andy. Can see her clearly as well. He tries to seduce her day in, day fucking out. And it's all fake. It's all fake. He basically gleans the information about her that she likes, you know, her likes, her dislikes, what she admires, and he becomes all of that. He learns how to play the piano. They drink the same drink, you know. He basically mimics and becomes, you know, a full-blown narc without even realising it. And he lives that day over and over until the fucking message is rammed home. And it rams home when he gives up. He gives up trying to, you know, woo her. He gives up trying to kill himself and escape his karma. He becomes himself. That's not what's happening here. It's what someone may realise, may make steps towards with the Devil in reverse. It's one thing realising it, is another doing the work and, you know, stopping it happen. I understand that. But yeah, time to let go. Someone's not letting something go of something from their past here. This can be something, you know, again with this combination, it can be something that they consider or is shameful or embarrassing. Someone wants to, like, it's like it has to have been worth something. This time invested, this effort has to have been worth something. And it might not be, Gemini. I'm feeling very emotional all of a sudden. So I think, you know, I think this is really hard for someone. But this is literally your reading. It is going to be a fucking Groundhog Day until you go here. Until you work this bit out. You're literally being guided towards this, the why, working out the why. Let's take some advice. Let's go and listen to the Virgo reading as well. Advice for Gemini for this reading, please. Spirit, what is the best advice you can offer Gemini for this reading? Gemini, advice. Gemini's advice for this reading. The eagle again. Where's it got? Oh, it's a hawk. Make plans and focus. Now, the ego can speak when there is ego in play here. It is zooming out. It's seeing the bigger picture. It is very similar to the hawk spirit's energy and advice. but it is also telling you that it's perhaps possible that your ego is getting in the way of you seeing things clearly. Someone's not seeing things clearly here at all. And the Shield Maiden is about focusing. Let's have a look at them both. I think we need both. Eagle. It's not a sacred one. Look at things from a different angle and fly higher and see new possibilities. Ego medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your view or vision is limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your situation? If there are other people involved, you're being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you are feeling the need for something to change, you can take the higher road, and know that if your intentions aren't for the highest good, it will hold you back. Ego medicine can help you change this. The ego brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. Shield Maiden. Have a plan or a strategy in place before moving forward. Taking some time to assess what your next steps will be. You are a sensitive being, and if you're not prepared for the tasks you're taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and then let your guide support you as you move forward. If you do choose to take this advice, Gemini, and get involved in your shadow work with the 9th house coming up here, you may actually need some help with it, some guidance in that department. So I hope you take this advice. I hope you have a good month, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.